often people come to us and they're asking things like, well, what are other companies doing? You know, and is that the question they should be asking? Sometimes not, you know.
I think, you know, when they ask what are other companies doing, I think that's kind of a normal springboard into the conversation. I think when you're looking at it from a consultative lens, the question then becomes why. I always joke that in our department, we're like toddlers because we ask why. And I think this is the perfect example. Why do you want to know that? What is the goal? What are you trying to get to? Because I think ultimately, you don't really want to do what other companies are doing. You want to take it to the next level. You want to take it beyond that. Like we were talking about the home sale. Companies are cutting their home sale programs. Does that mean that you should, though? Probably not. Companies are cutting back on temp living and maybe putting their employees in a lower grade temp living facility. Should you do that? No. So measuring against what other companies are doing is not always the best practice. I think, again, we need to look at programs holistically. We need to look at the goals. We need to look at the drivers. We need to look at evaluations, like Derek mentioned earlier. What's the feedback that we're getting from employees? And kind of figure out what's going to make the most sense with the budget that they have and the goals that they have.
What's everybody else doing? Boring, you know, like how do we make, like, here's what they're doing, but like, here's some other things that let's make this your policy. Let's make this uniquely yours. Let's look at options that maybe one or two companies might be offering this benefit and it works well for them based off what you've told me. Let's take a serious look at adding something like this. And it might not be what everybody else is doing, but it's an idea. It might be something that works well for your company. So I think you can get into this box of let's do it like everybody else does it, but that's not what make companies companies. They're unique, and that should trickle down to the relocation policies. They should be uniquely yours as well.
That's not to like discount benchmarking, but it's to say
absolutely
like,
not.
hey, you know, this is a starting point.
In
You
addition-
really have to think through why you're doing it.
I'm all about the benchmarking, but I look at it very differently. I don't look at it as, okay, this is what everyone is doing. I look at it more as kind of the roadmap for, okay, everyone is doing this. Why are they doing that? How are they heading in that direction? Where could we help maybe guide them a different way if it makes more sense for their teams? So for me, benchmarking gives me more a sense of kind of the overall state of the industry versus specific policy benefits.
Yeah. So you ask Amy for a benchmark, you'll get it, but be prepared for a couple hundred questions on top of that as well, I think is the takeaway.
It is.
It's awesome.
Usually why?
Yeah.
It's for your own good.
It's for your own good.
Exactly.